Hey y'all, welcome back. We're going to do a video on a Pioneer. It's going to be kind of a DIY video. Show you how to mount a fire extinguisher and a mount that you probably didn't realize you had. So stay tuned. Alright, well, you're going to need a few things. I'll show you here in a minute. Basically what you're going to need, I got a little kitty fire extinguisher. It's a basic use fire extinguisher. It's one of the small ones you put on the roll cage. You can order Velcro straps or whatever. You know, there's all kind of off-road brackets and stuff you can get, but most of them are Velcro and they don't have nothing on the bottom to hold them. But I've been looking at something that I think is going to be a pretty cool idea. So basically, I've got the regular kitty fire extinguisher with this back holder. So you normally screw that to the wall and then just snap your fire extinguisher and it's ready to go at any time. Well, what I'm going to do is, where your netting bracket is on your back row bar or your front, it actually is an M6 bolt. So I went down to Co-op and picked up an M6 bolt. Basically I think it's a ½ inch, I can't remember, but anyway, it don't have to be very long because you're going to bolt right into the row bar. Also, which you'll have to open these up a little bit because they're small. And then I have a row bar gusset, an old plastic gusset off of another row bar. You could use whatever you want to shim. So basically, this is a 1/4-20, ½ inch. This is a 6mm. And then I want it run up to Home Depot, and I've seen some of these. They're actually cord keepers. So you actually put your extension cord through them, you know, pull them tight, and you can hang them on pegboard or whatever. It's got a little C-clip. So these are going to be what helps hold them on. I like the orange, kind of goes with the camouflage and orange like I've been doing. So basically, first thing you're going to do, I got an 1/8 inch drill bit. Drill this bracket out, and you're going to want a pan head style screw to where it will go down in the hole, the pocket hole, and stay where it needs to. And we'll go over here and mount them on the bar and show you how we're going to do it. Everybody has a 1700 whatever that's got the nets. They've got these little brackets here that your net come on. So I'll zoom in. I've got one that still has the plastic buckle on. Of course, one that had the bolt part that I'm unbolted to this bracket right here. And then they originally looked like these brackets. You know, you got the little swivel that's still on there. 6mm bolt and that. So I don't like drilling holes in my roll cage. And one of the main reasons being I don't want it to be a rust spot or it start chipping the powder coat. Don't get me wrong, they're going to get scratched up. We bought them to use. I know I've got mine against a tree. It's got some smear marks and different things on it. But I just ain't crazy about drilling into my roll cage. That's me. Everybody else don't seem to care. That's fine. But to me, I don't want to. So this bracket is a great use to hang something. So you're going to take your M6 where you already drilled your 1/8 inch hole. Get your Allen wrench or whatever, if you get a Phillips or whatever. Now there won't be a bolt or a nut on the back of this because of course that is threaded. So I'm going to add a little bit of Loctite where I can lock it down. God, man, Loctite's old. Alright. Tighten that down. Not all the way, I'm just going to get it started. We'll swing this around. Now like I said, you can use anything to shim this that you want. You just want to get the gap that's, you know, where this is sticking out so that you don't break this part. That's what the straps are going to be for. I actually have the little roll bar gusset. I think it's off a smaller go-kart I was working on. It will flare out. It's soft plastic, but you could use really anything. Rubber would be best because it's not going to mar up your roll cages bad. But anyway, this will have a nut on the back. So basically, I'm going to pull this out, put that bolt through, And this is just to steady it. That's all it is. Don't run that down. Just like that right there. What I would have done different is I would have got the same bolt for the bottom and a nut. But I'm just using parts that I have here in the shop that's laying around. So I'm going to tighten this screw down. And as you can see, it's already starting to shape up to where this spacing is right. So I'm going to take my Allen wrench, or as I've been corrected for, it's actually a hex wrench, but everybody calls them an Allen. I'm going to tighten that down as tight as I can get it. Now that bracket's stable. Take your fire extinguisher, pull that around. There we go. So now we have this holding, you know, as you can see, that gap's about right. This bolt's tightened back down. Then what we're going to do is take one of our straps. I'm going to go ahead and take the clip off because I don't see us needing the clip for anything. First strap, I'm going to go above the keeper right here, above my spacer, and I'm going to wrap just the bottle. Just the bottle to it. Okay, then I'm going to take the second one and I'm going to wrap it above it so that it won't fall off. Now, it ain't going nowhere. So you can do it in 2 or 3 different configurations. I mean, this is just a secondary. This clip should hold it, and they are hard to get snapped. You've really got to bend in on the back to snap it in. But, you know, the main thing is trying, which you might have to cut the access off some of these cables. And they make a ton of different Velcro cables, and, you know, you just don't want to zip tie it because if something happens, you want to be able to, you know, jerk it loose in a hurry, and you're ready to go, which it could have been a little quicker than that. So, anyway, and like I was saying about the tabs are very, I mean, this would probably hold it. I just don't want it swinging around. Do it like that. And do it like that. Which looks better and will probably stay. Might want to put a little piece of rubber under there or whatever, but I'll give you an up-close look at how it looks. It's a cheap, inexpensive way. You've already got a hanger. Yeah, you have to add the spacer, but it's back here in a good spot and it ain't going to go nowhere. So I'll show you what it looks like up close. So that's your, see where your bolt is here. That's your 6mm, which you don't want to use the bolt to come out because it was a hex head. And of course I've got a 1/4 here, but what I would recommend is go get 2 6mm 1/2 inch long for whatever your spacer is, and just put this on, and then that way this thing's back here where it belongs. You know, out of the way, even with Hollandier or whatever. And you do have these brackets in different spots on the inside. You could mount it up front. You can mount it in several different spots. I've been thinking about this for a while. Probably do one on items that you need for your Pioneer safety wise. This is one of them. I've always heard horror stories about the plastic muffler guards and all that stuff, but anyway, everybody needs to have one on board and a first aid kit, but we'll do a video on stuff like that on safety. This is quick, inexpensive DIY. Anybody can do it. Just get the right parts and throw it on there. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please leave me some comments below, or what, maybe even what you're running, because we're just out here to help the community out either way, the Pioneer community. This might even work with a T-Rex or whatever. I don't know exactly the brackets. I just know the Pioneers real well because this is my personal machine. But anyway, hope you got something from this. Thanks for watching as always. We're going to get more Pioneer videos coming to you. And as always, God bless. Catch you next time.